Hey guys, my name's Jamin. Thanks so much for visiting my channel. In this video, I have an HP Stream 14. The exact model is the AX113, but this should help you with any of the 14 series computers. I'm going to show you how to open it up, access your motherboard and heatsink area. So first thing guys, power down your computer the correct way. Make sure it's off and unplugged from your charger. We're then going to flip it over to access your bottom case screws. Now at first glance, you don't see any screws, but you do see these rubber runners or rubber feet here. These are held down by either double-sided tape or glue. So you can peel them off, but it is thin rubber, so you can also break them and tear them. So be very careful. Use either a small flat pry tool or a small flat, very small flathead screwdriver. But you're going to peel that up on one corner. Again, be careful of breaking it, but peel these up from the bottom case. After you get them up, you can see there's 4 screws under each of them. We're going to remove all 8 screws. After you have all those screws up, we're going to flip the computer over and we're going to go around this seam. If you can see on your computer here, the palm rest sits inside the bottom case up here. So you're going to take your small flat pry tool and put it inside this seam and start prying up this palm rest from the bottom case. Now it was kind of tight when I did it. You may need to go nice and slow, nice and firm, but you can get it up. If you get stuck in an area, just leave it, go to the other side, and work your way the other way around. Also, be careful not to put the pry tool too far in. You could damage some components. Keep it right on the edge. But once you get that palm rest off, this is what you're looking at for the bottom case. As a quick side note, before I touch anything in a computer, I always either remove or at least unplug the battery first. It makes the computer safer to work on. In this battery, you can't really unplug it without removing it, so you have to remove the entire battery. I'll show you how to do that now. Now the battery is held on by these 4 screws, and then it plugs in right here. You may need to actually pick this connector up in order to unplug the battery from it. It's kind of an awkward plug in there. So you may need to pick that up to unplug it. Be careful about these wires. Don't pull on them. You could damage them. Okay, so now that the battery is out of the way, we can proceed deeper into the computer. As a quick side note, guys, whenever I'm working on a computer in my shop, I have it sitting on an anti-static mat. Either that or an anti-static bracelet are great ideas to avoid damaging things in your computer when you're working on them. If you need any help with any tools or supplies for your computer projects, there'll be a link above. Also below in the description, I'll have a list of all the tools and supplies that I use in my shop, plus all the replacement and upgrade parts for this specific model computer, including your battery, speakers, RAM, and things like that. Your motherboard heatsink area is right over here. It's pretty easy to access. It's not underneath that many things, but you do want to unplug things before reaching it. So first thing, you have this cable right here that you want to unplug. It has a grip on either side. You can use your fingernails or a pry tool to pull that down to unplug that. This is your Wi-Fi card here. So you would snap off these antenna wire. They run through the hinge assembly and they're just snaps, not plugs. So you can pull those right up and off of the Wi-Fi card, unsnap them, undo this screw right here on the Wi-Fi card and pull that out. This is your LCD cable coming down here. This type of clip connector, guys, these are very fragile. These are very easily broken. So make sure you deal with these right. That black clip there, it opens kind of like a book cover. The top part being the part that opens, the bottom black part being the hinges. So you basically would take a small flat pry tool, come at it from the top here, slide it underneath that black clip very carefully and pop that up. If you break that black clip, it's very hard to find replacements for it. So be careful with clips like that. After you pop it up, this cable can come out and you can fold it back down for safekeeping. These two are kind of like that, only the clips are white. Same thing though, you would pop the white part up, slide the ribbon cable out, put the white part down. These two cables are just like that. These are the speaker wires here, very, very fragile, very thin wires as you'll see in your computer. And unfortunately, there was no grip on either side here. So you would have to wiggle it out with a pry tool or a pair of pliers, but avoid pulling on wires where you can. This is the touchpad ribbon cable. and it's got that black clip again. You pop that black clip up, slide the ribbon cable out from the bottom, put that back down. This is your battery cable that goes down here to the connector, and it's got a grip on either side. So you can use your fingernails or a pry tool to get that out. And then this is your keyboard ribbon cable right there. So again, you would pop this black clip up, get that ribbon cable out to put it back down. That's how you would unplug everything from the motherboard. If you are replacing the motherboard and you want to save the RAM stick, the way the RAM works is it's got a metal arm here and a metal arm here, spring-loaded. You would gently pry those apart from each other, away from the RAM stick. The RAM stick would release. Usually it'll even pop up a little bit, and then you can slide it out to get that out of there. The heatsink itself, this copper part, has 3 screws in it. These 3 screws that would release the heatsink portion. It would reveal your CPU there, and then the remaining screws here, you can get the motherboard out. So that's how you would access the motherboard, the heatsink area in this model computer. So that's the video, guys. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, check out the FAQs below in the description. It could save you some time getting an answer. If you do need to leave me a question or comment, please do. I do try to get to those a couple times a day at least. To support the channel, please remember to like and share, subscribe if you enjoy this type of DIY tutorials, and for those of you that want to support the channel a little further, you can always leave a small donation, and there's a couple ways to do that. First, right below the video to the right-hand side, you'll see the Super Thanks button. You can click on that. You can select a tip amount here. Second way, you can use your Cash App. Find me at $PC Helper. You can leave a dollar amount, and you can even leave a little note. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video.